know that I can pace it. I just wanna know that I can hold a conversation. Oof, I don't know what y'all debating. I've been waiting for you, now I'm running out of patience. Running up a check, trying to run an operation. Went broke in the check and put 100 out of savings in. I can tell now that you ain't talking about nothing. I'ma need something I can calm down from. I'm gonna pull it with the bar down one. 6 months in, I ain't down once. Trying to tell me what you know about me. You don't know nothing, keep it real with me. She says she ain't trying to deal with me. Okay, cool, you can sell that seat. I'm just hoping she don't feel. Cause when she do, I don't know what I'ma do. All that I heard that y'all was talking, it was comical. Pull up in your city for the evening, what you trying to do? Cause I'm open to it. I know that you missing, but you gon' get through it. I can help with it if you need that. Go and bring the beat back. I don't really listen to the feedback, nah. Told me that she good, she don't need jack, nah. I'm real proud of the steps you took just to get to the place that you at today. I couldn't tell you to you straight, I gotta estimate. I wonder if I ought to go here with the best to say. Now go ahead, get me out of here, I couldn't last a day. I got the city talking about me like I passed away. Automatic is a habit, you should know it's automated. I've been getting
Today, from Ford Field in Detroit, it's Week 14 of the NFL on EA Sports.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Lions. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the first overall selection of the 2016 draft. From Cal, it's Jared Goff.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass. That's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
The throw complete here to Williams. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
From the gun, here's Goff. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 5 catches, 53 yards.
And he was able to haul that pass in there, but he knows he's got a tough task ahead of him. This unit in the top 5 in the NFL against the pass. He's going to have to really work hard to get open.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
Well, they had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad, but a loss like that, you can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do.
Pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Zadarius Smith, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. Rodgers will bring the Pack up with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Dunbar on the tackle.
The numbers for Jones last week, 17 carries, 67 yards, and a touchdown.
And well-liked by his teammates. In fact, I got on good authority, even though I'm not an investigative reporter, that in their team meeting this week, the offensive line stood up and said, Coach, we got to have better yardage for this guy. He's number 9 in the league. He's got to be in the top 3 before the season's over. Let's run the ball.
11 yards there, first down.
So many times someone's success is the product of a lot of things coming together really well. And for Aaron Jones in 2019, it all came together for him. He stayed healthy, was on the field for all 16 games, got handed the ball 100 more times last year, and as an end result, broke 1,000 yards in a season rushing for the first time in his career.
So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Rodgers pass.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. On first down, it's Jones fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line.
Run for Green Bay.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8. At the 35-yard line.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 34. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they will just roam and hit.
Nice third down conversion at even 20 yards.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Packers have taken the early lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time with just punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Throwing on third. Gone. And that will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast, They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now come the Packers for their next drive as we take a look at the playoff race in the NFC coming into the weekend.
And as we take a look at the playoff picture, certainly still a lot of jostling to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team. Far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
So much to play for. And remember, 7 teams in each conference go to the playoffs instead of 6. And not to mention, remember when the league made that move a few seasons ago to put divisional games at the end of the year? So you get to week 16 and 17, you're playing for playoff spots, and you're playing divisional games. Couldn't be more exciting than that.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers. The rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. 3rd down now.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target. But he was covered complete.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Yeah, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up the 1st down and change our momentum?
Yeah, he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
At the 49-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That more arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play in front of him.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
10 at the 28.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Heck of a broken tackle, but only able to work this down near the 23. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
They'll break the huddle and come out with 4 receivers, 3 of them to the right side, 2nd and 7. Goff throwing again. Open man, he's got it, the tight end, Hockenson. And he takes this one in for the Lions touchdown. T.J. Hockenson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds.
The Packers take over 1st and 10. At their own 30-yard line.
Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 right at the 30.
Off the play fake, he'll set up to throw it. Looking deep for it, and that's caught inside the 35.
And finally out of bounds, just a few yards short of the goal line at the 3. A big play there, Rodgers to Adams, 67 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the... And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Aaron Jones, his 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Packers have taken the lead. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Well, it wasn't a one-play drive, but I think they'll take it. The scoring summary, 2 plays and into the end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Detroit's offense ready to take over.
They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for goal.
Complete on the quick throw to Moore.
And he takes it all the way down to the 32. It's a big play there for the Lions. 43 yards.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great, let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. To throw again on 2nd down. Goff. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. To the air again. Goff. Clark picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
2-yard attempt.
And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away, no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact. But in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Rodgers. Got him man. It's Tanyan complete. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. 2nd down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle 3rd of the field, and that brings up 4th. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Danny Trevathan.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
After the interception, here's Goff. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Well, who needs a halftime? Am I right? Let's resume play.
14.
So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Aaron Rodgers, he's getting ready to go again here on offense. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Here's Jones. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. 3 yards the gain there, second down. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception.
28-yard line.
Now Jones gets past one man, and he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
The line of scrimmage.
Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
He's got Adams on the hookup. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer first. He has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers.
Touchdown.
A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Packers add on to their lead. Let's see. Offense, Charles, you take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Zadarius Smith make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
But the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
He's going to get that to Swift underneath.
And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lot. But barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though.
So 2nd and 10 now here in the third quarter from Detroit.
Jones. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. And Adams has it complete.
And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They'll run it with Jones. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
With the handoff to Aaron Jones. He's tackled at the 40-yard line.
Back now at Ford Field. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the 4th quarter.
Coming up on 2nd and 7.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
A gain of 14. And a Packer first down.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. This one complete to Tanyan underneath. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
To Robert Tanyan. It's a gain of 9.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
They go back to the ground with Jones. And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions' 32. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A gain of 5. First down, Green Bay.
This is Jones. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
First down.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Rodgers got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And Tate's got it. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Now Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Packers add 6 to their lead.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. And down he'll go at the 25. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Out of the gun. Goff. Trying to fit it in the middle. It's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Goff. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 70th catch for him on the year. Like so many others, this goes for a first down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Again, Goff. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at
Intercepted by the Packers.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. Oh, look at that, a diving catch.
Rodgers pass.
Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Rodgers looking to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Devontae Adams, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
On the 30-yard line.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And he slings one that's incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
That's going to be caught. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
He'll find Swift out of the backfield.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Oh, and good for 21 yards. And it'll result